Physics interpolation smooths out the gaps between physics sticks, letting you reduce them for better performance. So let's dive into Godot. So in Godot, the physics update at a fixed amount of times per second, and you can reduce the amount of times that it updates, and you can smooth out the difference in between, and this boosts the performance without hurting the visuals. There are some downsides of lowering the physics sticks though. For example, if you're making a precise game like Counter-Strike, then the physics actually become less precise and it can actually hurt gameplay. But for most games, I think you're fine with lowering it. So to enable physics interpolation, you go to Project Settings, and you search for Physics. And then you go to the Common Physics, and here you have Physics Interpolation. You just turn this to on. One important thing is that if you hover over the Physics Interpolation, it will tell you that you need to make the physics jitter fix to 0.0. So it's right above here, and we can just reduce it to 0.0. And that's all you have to do to enable physics interpolation. On its own right now, it will smooth it out between the ticks of 60, but it won't be noticeable at that amount. So I'm going to be running some tests here. At 5 ticks per second, I can even notice on the movement that it's very imprecise, but it does increase the performance a crazy lot. So if you, for example, have just 2D sprites or something, it's probably fine. And this physics interpolation doesn't just work for 3D objects, it works for everything. So 2D, 3D, everything. And at this many enemies, it's probably more things than the physics sticks that are crippling the performance. So just from these tests, you should be able to see that there's a big difference, and you should experiment with what the lowest that you can go for in your game is for the added performance. And obviously if you're doing a very precise game like Counter-Strike or Valorant, you probably should stick with the highest. You can even increase the amount if you want to, let's say 240 or even higher. You can do 1000 ticks per second. But I'm pretty sure that will cripple the performance, just having 1000 ticks. I've never tried this, so I'm gonna try it. 1000 ticks. But this is very precise and it feels very smooth, but the game is already at a pretty low frame rate for this amount of enemies. I'm just gonna end the test here, but I guess that was a fun showcase of that. Thanks for watching, and special thanks to my members. For source code, custom videos or coaching, check out my Ko-Fi, and I'll see you in the next one.